We all come to the Carlsbad Flower Fields to get that perfect photo with the ranunculus, right? But a lot of people don't know there are so many more photo opportunities here. So in this video, I'm sharing with you the helpful things to know so that you can plan your trip to the Carlsbad Flower Fields and get more than one perfect photo coming up. And if you're new here, I'm Christine Lozada with Where in the World is CL, and I make travel videos every week to help you get up, get out, and go travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing. If you're here, you're actually in my hometown, and I need you to get that perfect photo and have a great time doing it. So let's dive in with the first tip. The first thing that everyone is wondering about is what's the best time of year to come and get the best photos with the most number of blooms? And the answer is mid-April. Mid-March to mid-April is the time frame to come here. What's really interesting is that there's up to 200,000 ranunculus per acre, and at its peak there can be as many as 80 million flowers in these flower fields. So try to come during that time. And if you're still unsure within that time frame, one helpful thing to do is if you're in the area, you can literally see the flower fields from the road. So you can do a drive-by, or if you go behind the flower fields, there's a viewing area and it's free. So you can just park up top and take a look and see how it is, and then plan your trip accordingly. And if you're like, no, I'm not in the area, how do I know? To be totally honest, come on to Instagram. I like to look real time at stories in the area to see who's posting real time and seeing how many flowers are out here. So those are 3 tips that you can use. The next thing to know is, well, okay, you're here, but which day of the week should you come and at what time? So one thing to know is that you can't actually come here during sunrise or sunset. The hours aren't such that you can come during those times, but one thing to absolutely avoid is do not come here on a weekend. Do not come here on a Friday. Do not come here on a Saturday, and do not come here on a Sunday. I'm here on a Monday and it's fantastically empty, and so consider coming during a weekday if your schedule can permit it. A lot of people don't know that you can't actually go into the flowers, but there are plenty of opportunities to get close to them with the cutouts that they have. They have these areas where you can walk in, and it helps to protect the flowers, but it helps it look like you're really up close with them. But there are also some other things not to miss while you're here. You can get that perfect photo by using some of the props that they make available to you. So they have the tractor, for example, and this is a really great spot to stop in at. It's really close to row 3, and you can come here and take some photos on the tractor. A lot of people run straight to the ranunculus, right? Up in the flower fields, but there's so much more that the flower fields offers. Right now, I'm in the butterfly garden. There's some really great spots over here to take a photo. Whether you're at the butterfly seats or you're enjoying the art that's here, there's some really good photo ops in other places, such as the butterfly garden. One of the other things to consider about these cutouts is that the cutouts are happening in each of the little sections. So pick the area with the color of flowers that's the best fit for you, so that you can take whatever color coordination you have going on in your photo and get it right and tight. One of the other things to consider is if you don't have the most beautiful sunny day, like today's a little bit of a cloudy day, it's still really beautiful. But one of the things you can do within the cutouts or within some of the other parts of the flower gardens is to take more close-up shots. Obviously, don't touch the flowers, keep them alive, but try to get as close as possible, and maybe even try to take some photos that make it look like you're almost gonna touch the flowers, but don't actually touch them. One cheater thing I like to do is I use a 360 camera, and it allows me to, without touching the flowers, just placing it close within the flowers to get some of those types of shots that I'm talking about, to distract away from the cloudy day, because you can still get some really awesome photos. This next tip is if you love aerial photography and you want to capture the flower fields by drone. But by the way, if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing, and check the description because there's tons more helpful info in there for you. But if you want to fly a drone, which you should because it's so much fun, you have to get Lance permission. In other words, we are very close to Palomar Airport. You can actually see a lot of the planes coming in. So as a certified Part 107 drone pilot, I went and got the permissions necessary, but the flower fields don't allow you to bring drones inside the flower fields. So outside of their hours, so respectfully, I wasn't bothering other people who were trying to enjoy the flower fields. I got my permissions and then I flew from outside the flower fields looking in. And that's how I was able to get my aerial shots here. These next couple tips are if you want to save a couple bucks while you're coming here to take some photos, which by the way, you have to get your tickets online and they are assigned date and time. So make sure you're signing up for the tickets at the right time that you want to go. But on some days they have cheaper tickets. So for example, right now they have a special in which on Tuesday and Wednesdays from 1 to 4 p.m. it's $2 off adult tickets. There are other specials, so make sure you check the info in the description below. The other helpful thing to know is that parking is free and you should probably anticipate spending more time here than you might think because there's a lot to do here, from places to eat and other things to see beyond these beautiful flowers. And the last way, if you really want to save a buck, is go to those free viewing points from outside of the flower fields. It's actually a really beautiful place to go for a walk. I was watching a lot of people at sunrise going for a walk out there. It's really, really nice. And there's free parking up top as well. And afterwards, you should go enjoy Carlsbad because you're in an amazing place with so many things to do. Literally across the street is the Windmill. I love eating over there, especially cross-street chicken. Oh, and those donuts. For more helpful tips, come join me in my next video. And don't forget to check the info in the description below. If you have more helpful tips, add them. We're all a community. I'm Christine Lozada. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.